which in the space of a month got her $57 million in net income.
In the space of 3 years, she made 57 million. That means she made 20 mil a year.
Imagine them ninja got a low tape of fade.
That's not a tape, bro.
Because a tape, yeah, it would be here, it would go down like that, and it would stay like, you know what I'm saying? The circumference would stay. That's just a low skin fade.
Most love versus most hated memes. Man, I love memes, man. They just bring joy to me. They just bring a smile to my face every day.
From losing what was left of her relevance after scamming her fans, to reviving his career after TikTok NPC streaming went downhill, here are the most loved versus the most hated memes on the internet. Starting with one of the most viral memes of 2024, Ninja getting a low taper fade. On January 5th, 2024, Twitch streamer Eric Tuah went live and freestyled for an hour, giving fans some heartfelt tunes, with the streamer being emotional while singing about his grandfather. After he promises not to cry, he segues into singing about Ninja.
Imagine them ninja got a low tape of fade. Imagine them ninja got a low tape of fade.
The stream was posted on his YouTube
That was
channel
cool,
a day later,
which
which now has over 150,000 views. But the clip really blew up after being posted on TikTok on January 11th, where it gained 1.4 million views in a single day. And from there, the audio spread like wildfire on TikTok, spawning multiple memes, including one where a user named Amzer claimed that the song was posted by Frank Ocean, which gained over 240,000 views in a day.
That's a lot,
the meme
bro.
was massive, with people posting TikTok spreading the message on Fortnite. And a day later,
Ninja
reacted to the video on TikTok, which now has over 7 million views. But what people really wanted by that point was for Ninja to answer the call. The world had spoken, and everyone just wanted the streamer to get a low taper fade.
I want him to get a low taper fade.
Imagine them ninja got a low tape of fade.
While the meme was massive,
That's not a low taper fade, bro.
Tape of fade.
That's not a tape, bro. Because a tape, yeah, it would be here, it would go down like that, and it would stay like, you know what I'm saying? The circumference would stay. That's just a low skin fade. Bro, he didn't even get a low taper fade. Come on!
While the meme was massive, it wasn't too long after Ninja getting his low taper fade that people started calling him out for dragging it. And the conversation started with TikTok user Oblivion Cactus uploading a video where Ninja was talking about how big the meme was.
Low taper fade. You know what's crazy is that low taper fade like meme is, dude, it is still massive.
And that video sparked hundreds of parodies making fun of Ninja for saying the meme was massive, which ironically became an even bigger meme than the initial low taper fade meme.
Wow, bro, memes work so tapped,
even more absurd than the last. And as Ninja continues to post videos like these, it doesn't look like the meme will be slowing down anytime soon. Even fans are tweeting stuff like, I bet Ninja is so happy that low taper fade is unironically making a comeback as a meme. And as the memes continue to get crazier and crazier, Ninja keeps taking advantage of the wave that all began because Eric Tuah missed his grandfather. But while the low taper meme continues to thrive, the Tuah girl's whole career is slowly crumbling down after she was exposed for scamming her fans. But if you don't want to get scammed, make sure to like and subscribe, which is pretty
Yeah, guys, if you don't want to get scammed, make sure to like and subscribe to me, and you won't get scammed. I'll make sure that you never get scammed by another crypto coin again.
crazy considering how she was one of the most talked about people on the internet in the summer of 2024. The Tuah girl, also known as Haley Welch, was broadcast on the internet on the 24th.
Yo, you know what's so about this, my bad for pausing, is the fact that she blew up like crazy, but the actual guy who made this video got nothing. He got the views and he got the money from the video, right? He ain't get shit after that, bro.
On the channel Tim and D TV.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
After uploading the video on
Spit on that
Instagram,
thing,
the clip
you get
got
me?
over 9 million views in the span of a week and resulted in the entire internet looking for the woman in the interview. Haley stayed silent for a while before her name was revealed on a post made by Tim and D TV. And while initially it seemed like Haley would prefer the quiet life, all that would change over the coming weeks. After creating her own accounts, Haley blew up everywhere and fully capitalized on her 15 minutes of fame. In the span of 3 months, Haley had set up her own company and sold hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of merch, and was talking to people like Elon Musk and Bill Bill Maher, even throwing the ceremonial first pitch before a New York Mets game.
What?
And on September 3rd, Haley announced that she would be signing
Bro,
with
because she said hot
media
Tuah.
company to launch her weekly podcast called Talk Tuah. However, by this point, people were growing tired of the meme, and that showed on her videos that were heavily disliked with comments like, "Imagine milking a 30-second meme with a podcast," and "Came to dislike and leave." Surprisingly, her podcast
Yo, that's a
was
grown
doing
man
quite
who did
well,
that
as it
too.
was
I
in
hope
the
you
top
might know
5
that.
most listened podcasts on Spotify.
That's a grown
following
man
its
who
first
did that.
episode, which was a bit hard to believe considering the hate she was getting. By that point, Haley had it all, and she could have continued to do her podcast, sign sponsorship deals, and live out the rest of her life comfortably. But instead, Haley chose to tarnish what was left of her reputation for good after making the worst mistake of her career. On December 5th, Haley uploaded a video on her X account telling people that her Hawk meme coin was live. However, just a few hours later, the cryptocurrency news X account, Solana Floor, posted a screenshot of Haley Welch's meme coin, claiming the token launched on Solana and soared to 500 million before crashing down to 60 million in just 20 minutes. A day later, the controversy was explained by the Twitter account Bubble Maps, explaining that 96% of the supply of the meme coin was held by one cluster of crypto wallets, who later sold the tokens totaling 3.3 million. Haley went on X Spaces the next day, blaming the situation on snipers rather than taking any accountability for what the community now knew was nothing more than a pump and dump scam.
Hey, this is one of the most miserable,
I've seen this clip like
horrible
3
launches I've
times
ever
already,
seen in my
bro.
life.
Okay, then why the f are you on?
And soon, CoffeeZilla
What
joined the
are you
space to
on?
ask Haley and her manager some hard questions.
Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market cap.
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us.
While some have speculated that Haley might be looking at possible jail time, she hasn't been charged with anything yet. But while Haley continues to lose whatever fans she had left, CaseOh continues to gain popularity after winning Content Creator of the Year in 2024. But unlike Haley, CaseOh's rise to fame has been more of a slow burner. He posted his first ever TikTok in September 2022 and started streaming just 2 days later. But over the course of the next 2 years, CaseOh became one of the most popular streamers on the internet.
In
a
2
feat that was
years,
recognized
getting
at
that
the
big
Twitch
is
Streaming Awards in
crazy.
2024.
Props to him, I can't lie.
But what makes CaseOh a loved streamer
done a
is his
madness.
ability to not take himself too seriously. His chat misses no opportunities to make fun of his weight, and a running joke on his streams involves him calling for people in his chat to be banned.
I banned my dad. Get him out of here! Yeah, you're done, Dad. You're done!
But it's all part of the memes, and CaseOh rarely ever bans anyone, instead playing along with the joke to extreme comedic effect. A lot of fans often get confused
Nah,
as to
like
why
me, I
his
actually
chat
used
is
to
so
ban
mean to him,
people, I
but
can't
other
lie.
people have explained how it's just for fun and he never takes these jokes too seriously. Combined with other memes like "This is a moment in history, take a picture," and the fact that CaseOh is basically just a dude in a hoodie in a dimly lit room adds to the charm of his content, which was no surprise when he won the Gamer of the Year award. But while CaseOh continues to grow, Pinky Doll is slowly fading into irrelevancy. One of the biggest memes.
Nah,
to
she
come
made
out
her
of
bread, bro. I'm not gonna say
2023
how. I'm not gonna say how she made her bread, but like, let's be real. Like, she like, look at her, bro. Like, she made her bread, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and judge, but we all know how she made her money in the end. So let's let that slide.
He's streaming on TikTok. The trend involved a person.
She went in, I can't lie. Like, I ain't never seen no one do it like her before, bro.
And one of the few people who profited heavily off the trend was Pinky Doll.
Yes, do you think, huh?
She started going live in early 2023, after which she received decent following after several clips of her went viral on X, where people were mostly confused about what exactly was going on. Reactions to Pinky Doll and her content were pretty divided initially. Some people praised her for finding a niche that, at one point, was paying her up to $3,000 per stream, despite her not even knowing what an NPC was. Pinky Doll was releasing songs, appeared on the Streaming Awards, and was getting sponsorships. By November of 2023, she was one of the fastest growing live streamers on TikTok. However, this was where some controversy started to surface, like when she lied to her audience about being 19 when her actual age was 29. And she was also accused of light skin fishing after her appearance at the 2023 Streaming Awards on August 27th, which she also acknowledged in an interview with TMZ.
Your TikTok is light skin fishing. I don't agree.
Despite this, she continued to do live streams and earned a large sum of money by promoting her OnlyFans content.
Damn, yeah, there you go. That's how she made her
these
bread.
got leaked.
I went to Google, I put Pinky Doll naked, and I click on pictures. There's a lot of page. You're gonna let other people put my face, my body out here doing stuff like that?
However, by this point, she couldn't gather much sympathy from people. She isn't pissed that it's been
course
leaked.
not.
She's pissed that it's up there for free.
For
and with her
free,
audience
exactly.
shrinking,
That's what
she
I'm
decided
saying.
to move towards mukbang videos on YouTube, but hasn't had even a quarter of the success she experienced as an NPC streamer. But unlike Pinky,
it's just because TikTok is just so easy, bro. That's the thing. Like, no one puts respect on YouTubers' names no more for getting views. They don't. No one puts respect respect because you get TikTokers getting millions of views for doing nothing. It's crazy, bro. YouTube is not easy, bro. I'm telling you.
NPC Miles Morales has had a smoother transition into streaming after his NPC gimmick got old.
Go.
Gaining popularity in mid-2023, NPC Miles Morales, also known as Malik, gained popularity cosplaying Spider-Man and repeating famous catchphrases like,
no one was in
His videos on TikTok started getting a lot of views, and he was soon one of the most popular NPC TikTok streamers on the platform. And he got a major boost in popularity after Pinky Doll gave him a shout out on her stream. However, following a rise in popularity led to Malik being recognized in the streets and harassed by fans. And Malik even had to face some imposters trying to credit off his name. By this point, Malik was pretty sick of all the people that were constantly harassing him, and it showed in his streams as he continued
had to break
to crash
character.
out.
That's actually so funny.
That's so fucking annoying. What the is that, bro? Why are you so fucking loud? You're always so fucking hungry.
And as viewership slowly dropped, he had to transition in a different direction, which was helped following his appearance in Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 2.
Kai put him on different,
and many people enjoyed him being at a part of Kai's streams. This guy is funny as... At first we hated him, but holy shit, this guy a fool. Now Malik has moved towards more traditional streaming, gaining over 98,000 followers since he joined the platform. But while Malik is continuing to grow in popularity, Bhad Bhabie is becoming more relevant by the day, despite having her worst moment.
Bro, I mean, she's made her bread already. Didn't she make like a couple M's in one day off of OF? It's like, these type of videos don't make sense because it's like, I get it, it's most loved, most hated, yeah? But it's like, bro, they made so much bread. I wouldn't even care about being most hated. I would not care, bro. How much bread she made.
Also known as Danielle Bergali, found a way to turn her 15 minutes of fame into
there's gonna be some idiot in the comments saying, bro, it's not about the money, bro. You have to be liked. Liked for what? Why should you care about what anyone else on this earth apart from your family thinks of you? You know what I'm saying? Like, even yourself, it should just be you.
A multi-millionaire. On September 14th, 2016, Dr. Phil aired the 8th episode of the 15th season of his show, which featured a 13-year-old Danielle.
I steal cars. I steal her credit card. I ain't gonna lie. There's no reason to lie. Everybody know already. Like,
her mother had grown tired of her behavior, which led them to appear on the show, so Dr. Phil could hopefully talk some sense into her. The episode was entertaining in itself, but Danielle
Catch me outside. How about that? Funny enough is I remember watching this, bro. It's so crazy.
Sensation.
Catch me outside. How about that? Huh? Catch me outside. How about that?
However, Danielle wouldn't know at the time that she'd become a laughingstock on the internet. With Dr. Phil's help, her mother was able to send Danielle to the Turnaround Ranch, a residence for troubled youths in Utah. A few months later, she returned on Dr. Phil's show to talk about her experience there.
Are you glad you went?
Yeah.
You think it'll help you long term?
Yeah.
And after she returned, things were never the same for her. Her catchphrase was sampled by DJ Suede to produce the song Catch Me Outside Trap Remix, which now has over 6 million views on YouTube. But Danielle was only getting started. She was signed by music manager Adam Kluger in January of 2017, who helped him produce a number of hit songs.
Oh my days, that song was so cold, bro. That Gucci flip-flop song, bro.
In January of 2017,
not even lying, that's a hard song.
Helped him produce a number of hit songs, as well as guest appearances.
Music video for it too was cold.
Videos, all of which did incredibly well thanks to Danielle. And despite her getting into fights with strangers on airplanes and in the streets, Danielle was gaining a large audience on her YouTube channel through her reaction videos, which showcased a slightly different, less erratic side of her personality.
Okay.
They're running for my little ass.
But by this point, Danielle had her sights set much higher, as she was soon signed by Atlantic Records and started putting songs out, with one of her songs, High landing as high as number 67 on the charts. However, Danielle was still out of control for the most part. She was getting into fights with other female artists like Iggy Azalea, and later in 2019 got into a physical altercation with the artist Whoa Vicky in an Atlanta music studio. While this could have been considered one of the lowest points in her career, Danielle would take a break from the limelight only to return in 2020 when she posted a video talking about her experiences at the Turnabout Ranch.
2 people, a male and a female, that come in the middle of the night. They don't tell them where they're going. They just take them, they handcuff them, they put them in the car. It's basically like kidnapping.
This video got her a lot of sympathy from viewers, who were beginning to realize that Danielle always needed help ever since she was 13, but was shot into the spotlight and taken advantage of by every adult around her. I love this side of her, calm, talking facts, and being so brave but so vulnerable.
Yeah, oh my god, they took advantage of you. Wow, yeah, you have millions of dollars, they took advantage of you. Oh my god. Take advantage of me. Trolling, chat. I'm trolling.
And considering Dr. Phil didn't have a good answer for his involvement with the ranch, people were slowly beginning to side with Danielle, with fans expressing disgust, saying, "Wow, this is picked up. Dr. Phil advocates for that ranch, so he does hold responsibility as someone who suggests and encourages people to go there. She has every right to be angry. This topic is so serious and this program needs to be shut down and Phil needs to be sued. However, by this point, Danielle had no route left to maintain her fame. She'd burned bridges with a lot of people in the music industry, so just a few days after her 18th birthday, she set up an OnlyFans account, which in the space of a month got her $57 million in net income. But while
in the space of 3 years, she made 57 million. That means she made 20 mil a year off of her. It's probably 30 in the first year, 20 in the second, and it's 7 in the third. That is crazy. Wow. And then that's just like that. She's set for life.
Set up an OnlyFans account, which in the space of a month got her $57 million in net income. But while Bhad Bhabie was able to get something out of her 15 minutes of fame, Stable Ronaldo is fed up with being known as the payphone guy. Stable Ronaldo, also known as Ronnie Nets, initially found fame streaming Fortnite while also competing in official tournaments. But as he realized he wasn't quite good enough to crack it at the highest level, he found that streaming Fortnite content would have been a better route to fame. And it did work, as his viewership skyrocketed during 2020, largely in part due to a clip of him singing the popular Maroon 5 song Payphone. The moment led to his popularity.
You know what it was though? It's also his mic. His mic was so it was funny, bro.
With countless memes coming out of the clip, with videos being posted on YouTube amassing tens of millions of views while doing similar numbers on TikTok as well. While the streamer later joined the FaZe clan in 2022, Ronaldo's content wasn't doing as many views as he wanted. However, something that stayed consistent throughout was his payphone clip. It could even be argued that his relevance today can be attributed to that one clip. And it shows that even after all these years, his highest ever performing video on YouTube is one which involves the payphone meme. By that point, however, it's quite clear that Ronaldo is sick of the fact that he's known as the payphone guy. Even when he was doing videos with other popular streamers like CaseOh, all they wanted him to do was sing that song. And though he has stopped singing it now, the Island Boys can't stop singing all.
Yeah, we're not watching this. Those Island Boys are too demonic and gay and just annoying as f. Don't ever search up anything to do with them. If you man did enjoy this video, please drop a like, drop a comment, and pray if you haven't already, because God is there for you. And in Jesus' name, amen.